Welcome to Keynote Network. I'm Ellie Ray Keys. This will be my first video on this channel. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please take the time to do so now. You won't regret it. I speak it as it is. No put on, no frills, just pure truth. You can disagree. I love a healthy debate. Hit me up and let's argue it out. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you stopping by my channel and joining the discussion. Please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts and what you think about this topic that I'm going to be discussing that is surely affecting us females. Thank you. Let's discuss it. Let's get into it. So I've been hearing this conversation going around on socials about what women are wearing at the gym. And this is happening in America, so it's no surprise. And I've just been wondering if it has come to anyone's attention that we are living in a very, very diverse society with different characteristics and personalities, which mean we have the good, the bad, the smart, the not so smart, the right, the wrong, the high, the low, and everything in between. Now, I'm not saying that any of these people who wear these attires that lack some extra material are people of the night seeking customers. But I'm sure that being the diverse society that we are, those people are going to be there at the gym also. And nudity is going to appeal to them. I would also think that this type of thing is present in both gender, but yet they are only attacking female attire. Now, these type of people who tend to wear these types of clothing would be doing this for multiple reasons that don't have anything to do with going to the gym to exercise, which is why they may wear some lack of clothing. Now, nobody wears a specific type of label that can directly identify them as that. So most people will just take it at face value and won't think deeper on it. I get that. You wouldn't know. I have seen some of their attires, and it's questionable. Maybe because these people are intentionally doing it, as I said, to score clients. You have the dancers, strippers, the others, you have them all. But on the other side of the spectrum, what I deem appropriate gym attire is now on the chopping block and under attack. And I feel it's just to push the narrative a little further because it's being worn by females. So as usual, exerting control over the female gender. Gender. Yep, that's definitely the noun I was looking for. It's their full-time, part-time, and all-time job for these men. So now a tank top and a short tights is being labeled as inappropriate by men. The same men who walk around shirtless and naked. Make it make sense. And your shirt being off is nakedness, sir. Yes, you are naked. Men have historically bullied a woman's level of comfort in having himself naked in public without a shirt, forcing acceptance of them being half naked. That has eventually normalized it. But the uncomfortable feeling for women never left. Does that matter? No. Because otherwise we are just told that we are acting unreasonable, irrational, and blowing things out of proportion. And then they have the famous saying that we are acting emotional, saying things like it's not like they have breasts, but it should matter if you have breasts because they do got nipples. If it's a lack of decency for women, then it should also be a lack of decency for men too, because that can make a woman feel uncomfortable. But we have accepted it, unfortunately. So it's high time men became accepting of women in these shared spaces. They want to be able to walk around half naked. And because women aren't sexually or otherwise violent, they are able to do so. Then they say that they do hard labor and the shirts are sweaty, so they have to take it off. But that's no excuse. That's what men have told women. So women still have to keep their shirts on, no matter what. The fact is, even if women died in it, the thought of normalizing it wouldn't even have become a spark. If the countless women that have worked in clothes did not die, then men don't need to take their shirt off to stay cool at any time. Women are performing the same duties as men. We have always been doing laborious work. Yet we would be looked upon as loose and promiscuous and unsanitary almost, if we even dare to say we would want to take our shirt off because we are hot from the heat of the sun. When men would be quick to say for them it is a health risk to keep it on. If we were afforded the same consideration, women could take up other laborious work that men keep classifying as men's work, whatever that is. It's this type of work that men have historically kept women outside of, so they can use it to try and differentiate between the sexes in their arsenal of making themselves look like they are above women and our capabilities to even decide what's best for us, like men have been able to do. But it's a social privilege that men have schemed to normalize and have succeeded in doing to keep women in their place, whatever that is. So men won't get displaced into doing women's work. What is women's work anyway? Because to them, nothing is worse than men doing housework. So they push it on the female. Why do men never want to do housework and childcare if it's so easy? They would prefer to do anything else but that, yet force us to do that more than anything else. And then men become so embittered about women at home that women now have 2 jobs while they still struggle doing one. Remember that machines were built to make your work easier. If men could manage so great by themselves, why would machines be needed? Why can't women use these machines also to get these jobs done without men looking at her like it's a necessity to her doing the job? Unlike the man who is seen as just having a tool to work with. You couldn't do the job effectively either, so tools were brought into use. Don't make it seem like it's anything else. Let's also talk about their ass on display too, which is a part of the most private areas on the body. But they having opinions on what someone else wants to wear that is covering that required area. Yet theirs is seen daily, continuous sunlight. Changing the phrase from kick him where the sun don't shine to just kick him, cause it's too late now to use that anymore. Because his ass is seeing more sunlight than an African desert. So I've said all of that to say, just because she wants to wear a tank top and a short tights to the gym, sir, you make me have to go and pull up on all your deeds and misdeeds for gym appropriate attire? Why is this attire included in the attack when men are walking around half naked more than half the time? They themselves are doing this at the gyms, and they are even more naked than they try to make women out to be. It's not even only in the gym setting, nor at a beach setting. They do it everywhere and anywhere that they feel like it. Yet they need her to stop wearing a tank top and a short tights because they deem it inappropriate. Sir, your whole life is inappropriate. She got on clothes and your lack of proper covering is evident daily. Yet they only seem to see an inappropriate outfit when it comes to a female. And they themselves are not wearing appropriate attire in that same setting on a regular basis. I wonder if this attack of female gym wear is because she is taking all the attention from him. So nobody is looking at his muscles. Nobody is looking at his pecs. Nobody is complimenting him. And you know the boys like that compliment. So he's feeling left out. So she has to be the obvious problem as usual. Another thing is, gentlemen, your lust problem is your own, nobody else's. It has nothing to do with her. Because I keep hearing men say, you know, you are going to the gym, or it could be anywhere where men are going to be. So do this and do that with men in mind. But sir, you have been living here for at least 2 decades by now. At least. You know that you are going to places where women are present. Yes, we are present. We are here. We ain't going nowhere. So why can't you give the same consideration that you are demanding inconsiderately? Why can't you keep the woman in mind when you are around her? Why can't you keep your lust and your violence and your strong sentimental or otherwise urges in check when you are around women, which is all the time, so that what they wear doesn't send you into a mindless sexual frenzy? Because apparently men can't control themselves, but are demanding to control everything else, by any means necessary, of course. A fact which actually makes them unqualified to do so. Also, a proven fun fact is that they are failing ginormously at it. Men claim to be leaders, but set absolutely no example. The most violent, clueless beings on this planet, accepting no accountability for their actions in getting us into this cesspool of a disastrous destruction. And for a species unable to control their own urges and lack of morals in a simple gym setting, then how did they come up with the conclusion that they have any authority to control a woman's moral value? A species that has exhibited exceptional control over herself. Men need to know that women are women. We are not going to turn into men and make it easier for you to cope with us. And we deserve to be considered. Not only just males. That is why the society is like this. Because women are always told to only be mindful of males. Male wants, male needs, male aggression, male comfort, male aggression, male emotion, male aggression, male rights, male aggression. Never trying to address the very same male aggression. And anytime a woman tries to insist that she's here, also occupying these spaces and need those considerations also, we hear, but you're not important like us, which means, to my understanding, is a man saying that he's violent, because that seems to always be the undertone for those conversations. They tell women they're doing too much. I'm hearing I'm violent. They say women don't deserve it. I'm hearing them say I'm violent. They say your need to be equal is messing with my need to rule and control everything. I'm hearing I'm violent. They say you're throwing off my vibes. I'm hearing I'm violent. Chill, I'm violent. It's not that deep. I'm violent. Here, have this seat, but you can't talk because I'm the one that gave you permission to sit. So shut up about it. Did I mention that I'm extremely violent and I'm not expected to be otherwise? We literally grow our boys and make the whole world about them when it comes to occupying every space. We all by now know that these ideas are diverse, characters are diverse, personalities are diverse. Stop trying to turn women into what you think women should be for easier understanding of us, into what you can ultimately give up control of, because all of you are out of control. So it's okay. You're not the perfect specimen that you think you are. You are not the greatest to ever walk this earth. We have set boundaries against us harming each other, which is great. So if you don't see me with my hands wrapped around someone's throat, or me causing harm to another human being or myself in an existentially torturous and harmful, and no, you need to be the only one whose needs are kept in mind, is not torture, sir. Then leave people alone. But I know you can't do that. So walk around in a blindfold so you don't have to see it and we don't have to deal with hearing about your one-sided entitled bitching. Simple. A tank top and tights, even if short, is not inappropriate, sir. It's the G. You go put on a shirt and pull up your pants. That should be your most urgent problem. Your lack of one, lack of control, lack of morals, lack of a peaceful spirit, lack of decency. Fix yourself and act like a leader and not some entitled prince. It is that deep. Thank you for joining me. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Like and share. Let the discussion continue with what we need to address. Bye.